Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Jayfeather 27RL travel trailer. You guys picked a pretty cool trailer here. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration. On your campsite, your awning, leave plenty of room for that to come out. Then your off campsite, I want you to think about your slide. Leave plenty of room for that to come in and out unhindered, preferably nothing hanging over top of it, and leave yourself a nice walking space. Because next thing I want you to think about is where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is going to be in the rear of your unit, right in the middle. And your water connection is going to be on your driver's side of your tow vehicle and about the middle of the unit. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing you're going to do after unhooking your hitch is level your unit. You have a power tongue jack here with a night docking light. Simply raise or lower the unit to your level. You have a rubber stopper here with a manual override for that hand crank. Should you lose power, you can get this up and down. Speaking of power, check your battery posts when you arrive. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose as you come down the road. Once you get your unit level, next thing you do is stabilize it. On all four corners of your unit, you have these stabilizing jacks, 3/4 inch hand crank. You can use an impact driver or a drill gun. I just recommend that when you get to the bottom, you slow down. Because remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. As I run this down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, and hot blacktop. Better distribute the weight and keep it from sinking in the ground. So use your 10% off coupon, grab a 4-pack of those, put them on the ground, and you're going to run these stabilizing jacks down just until they're taut. See, as soon as I have any resistance on my hand crank, stop. Again, all we're doing is stabilizing the unit. So go around, put your jack pads down, run all 4 of these down. Once we got our unit level and stable, next thing we're going to do is hook up our power and water. Again, your power connection's on the rear of your unit. Big long 30 amp cord. At the end of that 30 amp cord, you ever need to plug in at home, you have this 30 to 110 adapter. The way these new ones work, pistol grip, goes into the left, wiggle it in from the left, then turn it straight up and down, and then put on your black washer. Once you got our power hooked up, we can hook up our water. So at campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting fluid in here or your black tank flush. Hook up that, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. So coming around on your campsite, just to the right of your entry doorway is your hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point is make sure our drain plug's back in. You may have left this out from last time you were camping. Get that back in there nice and snug. Then you can go ahead and turn on your hose. After your hose has been out for a little while, you can go inside, open up your water taps. Once the air is out of the lines, you have a steady flow of water. Shut them off and you can turn on your hot water heater from indoors. Now let's say you're going to go camping and you're not going to use city water, you're going to go dry docking. Well, in that case, right next to your hot water heater is your potable water or fresh water tank. Simply fill this with a hose. No need to use a water pressure regulator. 2 ways to tell when it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here, or 2 on the inside where you check the levels of your battery and black and gray tanks. You can also check your fresh water level. Now remember, using potable water is when you're going to want to turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water. That's already pressurized. All right, you're all set up to camp now with water and power. We'll walk you around the rest of the unit. So starting here on your entry doorway, talk about your awning real quick. I don't have it ran all the way out. I'll show you that inside. But you do have a pitch control. Picnic table set up down at that end. It's raining. Simply pull on this. That's going to tilt your awning this way and run all the rainwater this way. Entry doorway. Your outdoor speakers and LED awning lights. That's a vent for your microwave. Again, your potable water and your hot water heater. You have a light for your steps at night. This will be access to the back of your fridge. This is a flue for your furnace. If you're running your furnace, steer clear of that. It will get hot, and do not have anything blocking this. Here's your low point drain right there. You hooked up to city, we'll drain those there. You can set a TV on table out here and hook up cable in 110, watch the little TV. You have the J port hookup. Salesperson can tell you about that. It's a big grill table that sets out here. You can order those. Your huge pass-through storage, which does have lighting. Accent. This is your docking light. Blue ones here. Another 110 out here. Your sewage hose. Again, your stabilizing jacks. Your propane does come with a cover and a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. Prep for solar on the side. You can plug in a solar panel right there and that'll trickle charge your batteries. Come to this side of your storage. Lighting over here as well, and a battery disconnect. That'll disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. Coming over to this side, you have an outdoor shower, a black tank flush, which we'll talk about when we dump our black and gray tanks. And then our city water connection over here again. Come around the back of your last slide. With this slide closed, you'll have easier access to your freshwater low point drain. That'll be right there, that white one. And here's where you plug in cable at the campsite. It's a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year and check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed. You're also prepped for a backup camera, device you purchased from our store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle, giving you a backup camera for the unit. Again, your power and your spare tire. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside your unit. First thing I like to point out in every unit is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. To the right of that is going to be your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. To the left of that, the 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are boondocking where you have nothing plugged in charging your battery, go ahead and use that battery disconnect if you're going to be gone for the day to keep this running your battery down while you're gone. Up above that, it's going to be a 110 with GFCI reset. And all the way up here on the wall, this last kitchen light, is going to be your control panel. So there's your brand new battery. There's the fresh tank I talked about. Black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked up to electric. Water heater if boondocking just hooked up to gas. Here's where you turn on your water pump if using potable water. Your awning light. No security light. Living room lights. Your slide control and your awning control. your awning here real quick. So as you note, the top of your awning is gray, the bottom is white. When you extend this, you see this white come down, and that white flap falls down at 90 degrees, and you can see that brown bar. That's as far as you want to go. That will extend past that, but we don't want to do that. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. I'll run this back in real quickly for you. We'll shut those awning lights off. And our awning's all the way in. So I'm going to start over here with your recliners. We put them in travel mode. Because of your slide, both of your recliners here need to be turned sideways for travel. Now you do have this back cover on here. You also have this piece to protect your arms for your bungee cord here. So that's how you want to put these for travel, so you can bring your slide in without harming them. You have individual lighting back here. Your smoke alarm. Come around here. Turn on your light here. Show you quickly how to turn your sofa into a bed. Simply remove the Velcro back cushions. Want to stand in the middle is best here. It gives you good leverage on the arms. Or legs, excuse me. Bring these legs out. Fold the whole thing towards you. Lay your back down. And just that quickly, you have another sleeping quarters. Reverse the process. This yellow sticker is down here. You might want to keep that in case anything happens to this sofa. You have the model number. Again, standing in the middle gives you good leverage for bringing them down. Cushions back on, and just that quickly, you're back to a sofa. Storage underneath these. Your table, let me turn on the lights here. Your table here is simply lift up. These legs will remove. Set this table down on these bars here. Put your back cushions on top. Another sleeping quarters. Over here is your television and sound system. Turn your sound system on first. Look for your remotes. It obviously works. So indoor speakers. So dual zoned. Looks like 2 is going to be indoors and 1 will be outdoors. So you can play it in either one. AM, FM, Bluetooth, DVD, CD, auxiliary hookup. Nice system. Check back here real quick. Get your remote. Turn your TV on. One thing I want to note on your TV. Down here, if you're on the antenna or cable. So make sure you pick accordingly there. Your remote will be in this drawer with your other paperwork. You have a table extension here. Little pop-up USB power port. Self-explanatory microwave. You have a fan and a light. Your glass top here makes an excellent backsplash. Turn on your panel light. Turn that to light, it'll turn red. Hit your spark and there's your flame. Same thing on the oven. Turn that to light. Hit your spark, that'll light it, and then set it to the desired temperature. No need for a pilot light anymore. And your panel light pointing down becomes an oven light. Automatic fridge. Open up your freezer. Pretty much 2 settings on these. Turn it on. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity, as we are now. If you unplug, it'll automatically switch to gas. Or lift that up for gas. And if light comes on here, you know your gas is low. Auto is the best mode to set it in. your thermostat on the wall over here. Let's turn that on and go through our modes. Let's go to the air conditioner. Hear that kick on. And shut the air conditioner off. Let's just hold everything in for off. Okay, now let's go to our heat. That kicked on. I'll shut that off. You'll notice that the heat fan takes a little bit longer to shut off than the AC fan does. So coming into your bathroom here, crank on some lights. 110 here. Make sure when you travel that you have this snap closed. Big closet. Little plumbing, keep an eye on your plumbing. Same thing under your sink. Access panel right there. Come back into your bedroom. This is prep for a TV back here. 110 cable here. You have an accent light here that lights up back there. Sorry, they haven't made your bed yet. Individual lighting there. This is where it's wired for solar. I'll leave this template here. It tells the text where it's pre-wired for solar. Emergency escape window. 110. Again, accent for back here. And USB ports on both sides. You do have a hand crank open exhaust fan in here. In your bathroom, same thing. Hand crank open exhaust fan. So that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite. Doors and drawers. Of course, with your unit, first thing you want to do is tuck your chairs away. And then doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Make sure your TV, if you have it pulled off the swivel, which it does have, that you have it tucked back in straight. All these doors and drawers are closed, and nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. That's our biggest thing. So I know these two are separate. But what I like to do normally is come over here, hit my living room lights. Once my living room lights are off, I can see any individual lighting that I need to go through and shut off. Once I know I can control them all from here, turn that on and hit retract on our slide. You notice the bottom comes in first. Happens like that on these units because the slide mechanism is on the bottom. It straightens itself out. See the importance of your doors and drawers being closed? Don't want anything ripped off the wall just because you're bringing your slide in. I'm going to keep an eye on this carpet. It does tuck back behind there. So when you arrive, you might want to grab this carpet and pull it back up here a little bit before you open up this slide so the carpet doesn't catch on that. Got all that done, hit our lights, and exit the unit. As we exit, lock and deadbolt your door. Lift and turn this handle. Go around, bring up all of our stabilizing jacks, unhook our water, our cable, and our power. Now we're going to dump some low point drains. Get up underneath here, open up both of those into your hot water heater. Lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump the remaining of your hot water out of your lines. Once that's done, push that handle back down or this will not close, and then pull this low point drain here. If we are hooked up to dry docking, for boondocking, get up underneath here to empty that freshwater tank. Hook up your hicks and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be just behind the front on your off-camp side. Park accordingly, hook up your 10-foot sewage hose, and first thing you're going to do is pull that black tank. Now if that black tank sounds like it's no longer draining, leave that black handle open. Again, use your water pressure regulator and hook up to this tank flush valve. Use the hose at the dump station, hook up to there, and let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. After you're done, unhook that hose, close your black handle, pull your gray handle. That's going to be your cleaner water. It's your sinks and your showers. After that's done, close that handle, unhook your sewage hose, come back here to your bumper, and conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right in there. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Jayfeather for many years to come. Happy camping.